Hi, today for week 5 I'm going to do a training demo through the web mapping tool. So I'm going to click on the link. And the web mapping tool that I'm going to look at is Arc GIS Explorer Online. I already have Microsoft Silverlight installed. So with Arc GIS Explorer Online, it's similar to Arc GIS Online, where you can find a map or your group if you go ahead and sign in. You also have a My Content page, Groups page. Today we're just going to look at a quick blank map to see what we have available. As you can see, you get a base map. This is the topographic map. You can change your base map though, just like you can in the other ArcGIS Online, in the Streets version. They're very similar in interface, adding content, measuring tools, zooming in, detailed information, turning layers on and off. So we're going to add some content, basic search for wetland layer. And we're going to add it. And you can see it appeared over here on the left. Here's our map legend. We're going to go ahead and expand this. So here's our National Wetlands Inventory. And our layers. So one of the other things you can do in details, if you click on this little arrow here, is all of the layers that came with the National Wetlands Inventory. I'm going to keep it to just the continental U.S. We can also configure our pop-ups in here if we want to look at what layers have pop-ups. Or we can remove them completely. So the different things that will show up in the descriptions and in the field, media, any images or charts that we have. So very similar to ArcGIS Online. Opacity is transparency on here. You won't see the layer until I zoom in, but it will show up. Up here's your zoom in tool. So zoom in on an area. I'm going to zoom into the Detroit area-ish. You got to click on it every time you want to zoom in or zoom out. So if you wanted to zoom out, you would just use Control and grab a box and it'll zoom out. So I picked this area because I know there are a lot of lakes. Lakes usually mean wetlands. So I'm going to zoom in and so here's the layer set up with the transparency set to about 40%. So I can hide the layer details here. One thing that's cool about the ArcGIS Explorer is you can do queries. So we don't have any setup for queries. New query. Again, we're going to stick to continental US and click OK. So you can name your queries and they'll be saved in this table of contents over here. So we're going to put over 100 acres. So in here we have our object ID, but we actually want to pick acreage, which is greater than. We're going to pick 100 and add it, and it takes a little bit for it to run because it's going through such a large stream of data. And it's going to execute the query over here and pull up a query results window. So you can also click anywhere on the map and you'll get a pop-up. Not at the same time. And it'll tell you what type of wetland it is and the size of it, if there's any attachments, and if you want to go ahead and zoom closer into it, it'll give you a nice up-close and personal view of it with its label. So over here, my query results, I have all of the wetlands that are over 100 acres. And it's saved over here in my table of contents as well. So if you want to add an editable layer, add features, once again in your table of contents, you can pick stick pins, traditional push pins, you can put whatever you want in here, but you can also do a search. So we're going to search wetlands, see if we get anything. Oh, don't see anything. So just going through a quick alphabet search of a few things here gives you the various features that you can add. So I'm just going to add an ellipse, and you just click and drag, and you can edit your pop-ups, you can show your pop-ups, you can edit the vertices, you can reshape it, you can split it, you can duplicate it, you can change the symbol if you'd like, if you want it to be a different color. Again, the transparency, sizes, and you can delete it. So very similar to ArcGIS Online, and I'm done with that for right now. I'm having issues logging in. We're going to try again since I just changed my password again. Maybe it'll let me. That way I can show you how to share it. And so here is my group that I belong to. Since I didn't save the map that I was currently working on, apparently it disappears. So it's kind of good to see some of the good with the bad, so that you know you should log in first next time before making a map. So there's a little quick run through on that part of it. The other part that I wanted to show you was the presentation. So with Arc GIS Explorer, you can also create a presentation. So if you wanted to click the presentation tab, you can add a slide, you can give it a title, you can remove it, you can hide it, you can duplicate it. Here are your options. You can edit some features too while you're on it. You can zoom in, so it's sort of a dynamic presentation. So I got slide 2 all of a sudden. Let's see, I want to zoom in a little bit farther. I'm going to zoom in here. And I'm just naming them, you know, as quick as I can. So these are just sort of quick and easy things to do with Arc GIS Explorer Online. You can save it. I can save it in my folder that I have. I can also save it with tags. This is the little thumbnail image they were allowing me to save, it looks like, or add one. Add a new thumbnail for it to save my map. You can print it, format your slide titles, give it a little bit of personality. You can have bookmarks already set up and renamed for each one of the areas if you're creating slides for your presentation. So, just some different presentation options, in time display, and then whether or not you want the presentation to automatically advance on its own after a certain period of time.